Hi and welcome back. There are many great army movies that will be released on Netflix in 2022.
I'm not doing this for laughs. I'm doing it for all you guys. Come on, time to go.
Is it over?
Yeah, you're dead.
These are the best of the best that you won't want to miss. Number 10, Medieval. Based on the story of Jan Eicke, one of the greatest fighters in history, the Holy Roman Empire is falling into ruin while brothers King Wenceslas of Siege and King Sigismund of Hungary battle over the empty throne. Brave and rightful mercenary Lord Jan Eicke is hired by Lord Boris to kidnap Lady Catherine, the powerful lady fiancée of the corrupt King Sigismund, so the latter won't further seize power. Jan believes that kings are part of the countless number of right hands and must be commanded and obeyed, no matter what. Jan suddenly finds himself captivated by Catherine's thoughtful nature and earnest devotion to serving others as he gets drawn into a dicey struggle between the monarchs. In a bold effort to free her, he rallies with a ragtag band of rebels to stand against corruption, greed, and lavish duplicity. Jan now realizes that his fate is in the hands of his love for Princess Catherine, and he does not trust the fate of any particular kingdom in the hands of kings, but in his own. Medieval has a 6.5 rating in IMDb.
That is a good death! Who's got?
Number 9, Hansan. Rising Dragon. The movie depicts the historical battle of Hansando. In 1592, Admiral Yi Sun, Sin and his fleet confrontation the Japanese Navy and its military might, relying on their secret weapon, commonly called a dragon-head ship, for their advantage. As the Korean troops crumble, the admiral finds a solution in the use of dragon-head ships, under the conviction that the gods favor them with his weapon. Hansan. Rising Dragon has a 6.7 rating in IMDb. Number 8, Six Bus. This movie is centered on a young American who is unable to locate someone from her past who has disappeared, while an ongoing war dominates European territory during World War I. The film focuses on a search for identity, unity, and redemption. It is a search for truth in a place where the truth is selective, elusive, and feared. Sixth Bus has a 7.1 rating in IMDb.
Njemu pakao tek slijedi.
Number 7, Klondike. The story of Native Americans who lived near the border of Ukraine and Russia throughout the beginning of the 20th century. Irka refuses to leave her household even as their hometown is endangered by the armed forces. Shortly after they have been caught up in an international airplane crash on July 17, 2014, Klondike has a 7.3 rating in IMDb. Number 6, Nezo. Xena, whose family succumbed to the effects of a missile attack, was the last of her final family to be sheltered inside their home in Damascus. A missile destruction of their house exposed Xena and her family to the outside world. By chance, a rope mysteriously dropped down the collapse, and Xena experienced her first taste of freedom. As the danger that leads to the violence outside the house escalates, the family members become pressured to flee their area. But Mutaz, her father, refuses to come as we age. What if we lived in exile? Faced with a life-or-death situation, Xena and Hala, her mother, must choose whether or not to abandon their home. Nezo has a 7.4 rating in IMDb. Number 5, The Conference. On January 20, 1942, two high-ranking officials of the German Nazi government met in an idyllic villa near Great Wannsee in the west of Berlin. The meeting, also known as the Wannsee Conference, was notorious for its very large size, its actual results, and its grave consequences. The 15 leading fighters of the SS-US administrative bureaucracy were invited by Reinhard Heydrich, head of the security police and the SS, to a meeting followed by breakfast. The approximately 90-minute discussion focused on by National Socialists consisted of addressing what the German leadership referred to as the final solution to the Jewish question, its bureaucratically planned organization of systematic mass murder of millions of Jews from around Europe. The conference has a 7.5 rating in IMDb.
Bis zu den Knien im Judenblut warte. Hinterbrechen. Friedlich. Sehr.
Number 4. All Quiet on the Western Front. The story follows teenagers Paul Baumer and his friends Albert and Muller, who voluntarily enlist in the German army, riding a wave of patriotic fervor that quickly dissipates once they face the brutal realities of life on the front. Paul's preconceptions about the enemy and right and wrongs of the war soon crumble. However, amid the countdown to armistice, Paul must fight up until the officials cease. Fire with no goal other than to fulfill the general's wish to end the war on a German offensive. All Quiet on the Western Front has a 8.1 rating in IMDb.
Ich habe Angst vor dem, was kommt.
Number 3. The greatest beer run ever. With his neighborhood buddies serving in Vietnam, Chicky Donahue decides to show support for his community by doing something completely extraordinary. Traveling to the front alone to bring soldiers a small piece of his home, his favorite American beer. However, what began as a well-meaning trip soon becomes an adventure of a lifetime for Chicky as he confronts the reality of this controversial war, and his 2 reunions with his childhood friends propel him into the complexities of adulthood. The greatest beer run ever has a 8.3 rating in IMDb.
Who's this hand job?
It's my next door neighbor. He brought me a beer. Hey.
Number 2. War Trap. During the Second World War, during the late stages of an ambush staged in the fort by German troops, Eugenie, a French soldier, finds herself underground. Fighting for her life, her fate will play out along with that of another soldier as they both seek to overcome certain death. Not aware of the impending battle, neither soldier is aware of death's unavoidable approaches. War Trap has a 9.1 rating in IMDb.
S'en sortir tous les deux. On y reste tous les deux.
Number 1. Freedom's Path. In the midst of the Civil War, Kitch is a young Union soldier. Wounded, he is saved by a group of black soldiers. While slowly recovering from his injuries, Kitch helps the group run an underground railroad. Moreover, he makes friends with William, a naive, cowardly soldier, frightened by the horrors of war he has just deserted. Freedom's Path has a 9.4 rating in IMDb.
The truth is just waiting to be found. God damn it, we found it. We're gonna hunt you down like dogs!
And that's all for today. Give me a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos. See you next time. Goodbye.